Good evening, everyone. Or maybe it's good morning, maybe it's good afternoon, depending upon if you're watching me live or if you're watching the replay. Either way, if you would leave me a comment about where you're from, that's always fun to see who is joining us. And if you're catching the replay, just say replay and where you're from, and whatever else. If there's something, a new stamp set you'd like to see demonstrated or a new technique, don't hesitate to make that request known, and I'll do my best to accommodate you. So I'm just checking my my notebook here to make sure that I am going live, or that my view is the correct way. I'm pretty sure it is now, but why do we always have to double check ourselves? I guess we're never too old to do that. But anyway, this is Darla Tweeten from Iowa. I am an Independent Stampin Up Demonstrator, and I am coming to you live tonight on February 3rd. And I hope, I don't know who's watching. It says there's one person watching. If you could put a comment about where you're watching from, maybe let me know if you have played with a Stampin' Up positioner, because that's what we're going to do tonight. But foremost and most important, before we start, I want to wish our grandson, his name is Barrett. Today is his birthday, and he's 6 years old. So happy birthday, Barrett, from Grandma and Grandpa. And I hope you had a good day in school. I hear when you woke up this morning, you had a bunch of balloons to celebrate your birthday, plus you had some donuts. So I hope your 6th year of life just continues to be better and better. So happy birthday, Mr. Barrett, from Grandpa and Grandma. So in a little bit, I will be showing a semi-tractor that Barrett has drawn, and we are going to use the Stampin' Up positioner on his drawing. So I hope that's okay, Barrett, that I'm showing the whole world your card, or your drawing, I should say, that I've turned into a drawing. So let's go ahead and turn my phone down to my work surface. So if you get dizzy, close your eyes, and we will move the phone so that you guys can see my work surface. So there is my work surface. So there again, if you're just joining us, I'd like to say welcome. And this is Darla Tweeten with Tweet Be Happy. And I am an independent demonstrator from Iowa. So like my little sign says here, Tweet Be Happy, coaching creativity through the love of cards and crafting. Hello, Rita. Good evening. Did you get your 3 inches of snow that you were predicted to get, in addition to your, 15 that you've already had? Good grief, Rita. You guys are getting it. So the first thing I would like to do is to invite you all. If you don't have it on your calendar, I would like to invite you, if you're local, to our first annual card buffet. This is a card buffet that is being put on by the Tweet Be Happy team. I have a team of 15 people, and at this first annual card buffet, We are going to have Cindy Pogge presenting a card. We're going to have Peggy Miller presenting a card. Deb Johnson, Marla Snail, and myself. Hello, Nancy. Hope you had a good day. So that is coming this Saturday, February 7th at the Pizza Ranch. And you know how when you go to a pizza buffet, you know how you go up to the buffet and you choose a piece of pizza, chicken, whatever you want. Okay, well, a card buffet operates the same way. You would walk up to our card buffet table, which is going to have baskets of different cards. You will select the one card that you want to make and take it back to your table along with your friends or other people, and you will assemble that card. Everything you need for that card is in that basket. When you finish with that card, you'll go back to the buffet, the card buffet table, and you will gather your second choice, and then you will assemble that card. So there should be about enough time to assemble 5 cards at our card buffet. Obviously, you can take a break whenever you want to and go through the pizza buffet. That is at your own cost. But to attend the actual card buffet, that costs $35, and you will get a goodie bag that's worth $20 when you arrive Saturday morning. So mark it on your calendar, RSVP on Facebook, so that we can make sure we have enough kits provided for everyone. Any questions you have, I guess just ask at this live, or you're welcome to contact me by my email, my text, whatever mode that works best for you. Another event that I would like to share with you is my kits event at Pushing Up Daisy's venue in Clarion. Once a month on the third Wednesday of each month. We're going to get back to that third Wednesday because of the holidays in November and December. We, either moved it up or back depending upon what was going on. But our next card kits night is February 18th, and it's going to be a blind kit. You're going to come to the event, and your kit is going to be wrapped in brown paper. So it's going to be a fun night. The cost of that is $35, and I need to have you RSVP for that event also. And this is everything you need to assemble, anywhere from 6 to 9 cards will be in this kit. So another thing I would like to remind you about, I belong to a wonderful group of ladies called Marvelous Lollies, and every month in the year of 2026, when you spend $50 in my online store, I will send to your email box, I will send 3 PDFs of cards that you can make. There'll also be a video along with the PDFs to make 3 cards. So there again, this is a thank you when you purchase $50 in my online store. Now remember, for another $25, if you up it your order to $75, you then will be eligible for our product of the month, which is only $5. So you need to have your product total in the end being $75. Now, if you use some bonus day coupons with your order, you need to make sure that the bottom total adds up to at least $75 to get that product of the month. For example, if your product order was $75 and you redeemed, let's say, 2 bonus coupons, well, that would take your actual money that you're spending, it would take it down to $65. So then Stampin' Up would not recognize that purchase being qualified for product of the month. I hope that makes sense. I tried to explain that as well as possible. Now, the bonus coupons that you earned in January need to be spent in the month of February. And it's going on right now from February 3rd to February 28th. Hello, Lisa. How are you tonight? I'm not sure where you're from, Lisa. I can't remember. You know how it is. When you do these lives, you kind of go brain dead. You can't remember a dang thing. So, Lisa, if you could put where you're from and let us know what your weather's like. It seems like the weather is just a real topic right now with everyone, isn't it? It's just been unseasonably cool. But believe it or not, I think today we hit 30. And I think by Friday we're supposed to be in the 40s. But it won't last long. Because then right after that, the next week, it's supposed to be down below 0 again. So it's that time of year in Iowa. Well, actually, any time in Iowa. There's an old saying that says, wait 10 minutes and the weather will change. And it's definitely the case right now. So let's see, Rita. It says that, no, you didn't get your snow, at least when you were upstairs. I'm hoping it passes us. So you've had a productive day in your basement, it sounds like, then. That's good. So the next thing I'd like to tell you about is this Stampin' Up! Positioner that we are going to be playing with tonight. Demos could pre-order that in the month of January and up until yesterday. Now, starting today, we have an exclusive join offer that Stampin' Up! is promoting. And this join offer goes from February 3rd to March 2nd. Now, when you sign up as a demonstrator, it'll cost you $99 for your starter kit, but you get to select $125 worth of merchandise, and you can select anything you want. Now, if you join my team and you want some advice on what to, select for that $125, I would love to help you do that. The neat thing is that when you do this join offer until March 2nd, you will automatically get this new Stampin' Up! Positioner free. And we had to pay like $49 for this Stampin' Up! Positioner last month. And then when you get the Stampin' Up! Positioner, it does not come with the grid paper, but you can order the grid paper. That is about $15, I believe. So, and then later on in the year, they have told us that they're going to open this up to the other demos that did not order, because you could only order one during the pre-order in January. So later on in the calendar year, they will open this up to all customers and all demonstrators. So here's a little flyer that tells a little bit about the Stampin' Up! Positioner, but I'm going to show it to you tonight. So hopefully the rest of you that have been on here, Nancy and Peggy and Rita and Lisa, I believe, is on here too. I don't know, Carrie, are you on here with the boys? I wished Barrett happy birthday earlier. I wonder if he heard me wish him happy 6th birthday. But anyway, what we're going to do, this is my grandsons love to draw, and this is a semi-tractor that Barrett drew. And what I have done is, you know how we have retired markers and blend pens that go, that retire, we can't sell them anymore. I let my grandsons play with those markers, and they have just the best time. I also was telling them that we could score lines to, decorate our card fronts. And so here, Barrett has practiced using the scoring tool on the piece of basic white paper. What do you think of that? So, and then he drew this semi. It was on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and I trimmed it down to be 4 1/4 by 5, I believe. No, it was 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. That's what I trimmed it down to. Put it on a piece of pecan pie cardstock, and I forgot to turn my light on again tonight. Good thing I have it here on top of my ink pad as a reminder. I hope that helps. So anyway, so then the inside, then we just put the same, you know, it's not quite the same size, but then we put some hearts in there. So Barrett, this is your semi that you drew. Isn't it just cute, you guys? Isn't it just beautiful? And then I did practice with Stampin' Positioner to put those 2 sentiments on there too. And it looks like they're not really straight. You got to have it kind of like this. But, you know, that's what happens when you have handmade cards. Nancy, you have the same type of saying where if you don't like the weather, wait a minute. Yep, that's exactly like Iowa. So anyway, that is Barrett's card. I told him that if somebody wanted to buy this card, I would charge them $5, and I would let him get the $5. So he was really excited about that, and because they love to draw. Okay, so let's go ahead and get out the Stampin' Positioner. There is a lovely little pamphlet that comes with it. It looks like something like this. It tells you, you know, the best way to get a good image. So you do have that. If you didn't have the Stamparatus, you could look at that. This is what the grid paper looks like. It comes on a glued pad and you can tear it off, and then there's, you know, measurements, across the top and across the bottom. And if you look really close, see those little holes? Well, those little holes will match up. I gotta have a pointer thing when you talk, you know, you gotta have a pointer thing. And where is my take your pick tool? Here it is. There's little pegs on the board here that grid paper fits right into. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a couple of card fronts. Now this will be especially nice if you have a lot of, like maybe more than 2 or 3 cards that you want to do that are the same. So how I arranged it tonight was I put my blank piece of cardstock, and my first layer tonight is 4 inches by 5 1/4. So I laid that blank piece of paper on the grid paper. Let's just go ahead and do it. And it comes with some pretty strong batteries, pretty strong magnets. And so what I did was I just lined it up, you know, on the 1 and the 5. And I can't tell if it's stronger one way or the other. I've done them both ways. I can't really tell, but I do know it's got these little flaps on here. So I would assume maybe the flaps need to be that way rather than so hard to get up, okay? So you put your paper on there, and what I did to start with was I laid my stamps down here on this white piece of paper, and then I lined up the pegs and then pushed down on it, and it grabbed the stamps. So this is what we're gonna do, which is kind of neat. With the Stampin' Up Positioner, you could use your little Stampin' spots. I've got this Flirty Flamingo out right now because I still can't find my ink pad. I've looked a little bit, but I haven't looked a whole bunch. So we'll go ahead and do the words in the Flirty Flamingo, and then we will do the bear in Pecan Pie. So what I would do is just put your ink pad on top of your stamp. Okay, something like that. Okay, so then what we will do next is we will pick it up carefully and we will position it back down onto those pegs. And those pegs, at first, when I was playing around, I kind of had a hard time finding them. But then after you get comfortable with it, it's pretty easy to use. So I'm kind of watching the comments here. Oh, Nancy, thank you for the nice comment on the awesome semi. And Rita, thank you for the comment on the sweet card. I appreciate that. So here is, now one thing that's different about this compared to the Stamparatus, before you had to kind of pull it up. Well, this one you just lift straight up. But look at that. Isn't that cute? How good that. And if it didn't, like for example, if you wanted the Flirty Flamingo to be a little bit darker, the beauty of this is you would just re-ink your sentiment then and place it back on the Stampin' Up positioner, lining it up, and then just push down on it again. And it's kind of neat how it does push down on the pegs and then it lifts up. Can you hear that? How it, did you hear that? Yeah, so it's kind of, I think it's going to be, you know, pretty sturdy too. But anyway, so oh, look at how much brighter that turned out. What do you think of that? Didn't that look nice? Okay, so now we have 2 of these for cards. Let's go ahead and do a third one. Keep in mind that you're going to want to remember kind of where your measurements are, like it's at 1 inch. So then just lift this up and then replace it with a new clean piece of basic white cardstock that is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And I don't know if it makes a difference where you have these magnets or not. Oh, I see now where my ears didn't type or didn't stamp on that one. And I'm going to take the wing off of here because there isn't enough room to get the wing close enough to the bear. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take my chamois and I am going to take the ink off of the wing so that I can pull that wing off. And I choose to stamp that individually. I noticed that when I did it the first time, oh boy, when you don't have any nails, these stamps really stick well to that piece of positioner. And I am going to just put this wing then on a little block, and this is a, this is an A block. And I don't know, could one of you check to see if we could still get A blocks? For some reason, I was thinking they discontinued this cute little block. It's very handy. Okay, so we have removed that. And let's go ahead and do our third card now. So we will repeat doing the Flirty Flamingo on the sentiments. You can do any color you want. You can change them as you go. Nothing says you have to keep the same inks. And then we will use the Pecan Pie ink then to stamp up this cute little bear. And if you notice, just a minute, I'm going to leave this open so I can do the wing. But if you notice, I got a little bit of ink over here on this board. Do you see that? Now let's see if that's going to be a problem. You know, this is a demonstration, and it's a great time to test things out like that. So I've lined them up on the pegs, and you can tell when you've got them lined up. It just kind of catches. So let's go ahead and rub on this to make sure the impression is there. And let's pull it up. Yay! So that brown ink right there did not transfer to the card. I didn't think it would, because there is, you know, I don't know, what is that about? Not even 1/4 of an inch that does clear. Okay, so let's look at this again. I think my Happy Valentine's Day and giving a good smooch could go another time. So let's go ahead, stamp up these the sentiments. I think the bear is good this time. It looks like the ears and everything are good. So let's go ahead and put this positioner, Stampin' Positioner, back on in the same exact place and push down on it. The magnets clear the plastic too, which is kind of cool. So let's go ahead and look at that. Much better. I like that much better. Okay, so I've showed you how you can, now let's be daring here now. Let's go ahead and line this previously done one. See if I can get those ears back on there. Now keep in mind, everything's an experiment, isn't it? Every card is unique how it turns out. Let's go ahead. Who's holding their breath? No A block anymore. I thought so. I have a couple of those, and for my big fingers, those are really nice for little stamps like that. Okay, so moment of truth. I re-inked the bear. Let's see now if he's got good ears. Nope, they're better, but look at you guys. It matched up just perfect, didn't it? I'm really pleased with this Stampin' Up Positioner. I think it's got some good places. Now, I also wanted to show you that the inside of the card, you can also do that. So we will take, I like to do, I have off to the side here, I've got some pre-cut paper that, you know, I have tabs A, B, C, and D, which represents the different layers of cards. So this one is 3 3/4 by 5 inch. That's the kind that I like for the inside. So let's go ahead and put a magnet right there. And another thing that comes with the Stampin' Up Positioner is just a narrow one. So on this, I have already put, just for you, you brighten my day. I thought that would be good to put on the inside of, and if you want to test where it's going to stamp, obviously you can lay it down like that. I've already done that. So let's go ahead, and I want to show you this one. So we will do, we're going to do everything in the Flirty Flamingo again. And so let's go ahead and ink up this. Am I in the camera? I think I'm kind of out of it, but part of it's in, part of it's out. Okay, so I just inked up the smaller blade now with the stamp set that says, just for you, you brighten my day. And I believe those stamps came from the January paper pumpkin. The heart is from the 12 days of crafting. So I don't know if you need to rub on this that hard or not. I'm not rubbing that hard on it, but did you hear that when it lifted up? You could tell that it had contact with the paper. So there is, just for you, you brighten my day. What do you think of that? Okay, so then you could do lots of these too by using the Stampin' Up Positioner. I will take my chamois and just clean that off, just so I don't get it on my white sweatshirt mainly. That's the main reason for that. And let's go ahead. Remember one of these that I stamped, I think the third one, I stamped it without a wing on it, because I don't know how I'm gonna fix that. Do you guys have any ideas? I don't know if I can draw little brown lines to connect them. We'll try. We'll try. So, hi, Dodie. Good to have you here tonight. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and these wings, I kind of had to play with this too to decide where those wings would be the best. Okay, so there's the wings. I still have a little bit of space. You know, they're not exactly on the bear. Probably no one will notice but me. When I use the Stampin' Positioner, I tried to get them as close as possible. So anyway, that is our Stampin' Up! Positioner. And let's go ahead and put it on a piece of red cardstock. I've got real red here. I'm going to do real red tonight, okay? So let's go ahead and let's clean this off just to make sure that, again, I don't get it on my white sweatshirt. And there, okay. And then I will go ahead and put this off to the side so that we can make a card. So this is just real red cardstock, and I will take my adhesive of choice, which is the Seal Plus. Here in Iowa, we have a lot of humidity, so I want to make sure that my cards don't fall apart. A trick that I use is I turn my card upside down so that I can see. I lined it up on my glass mat here, and then so I know that's straight, and then I lay this on there. Okay, so that is the card front. So, and then the inside of the card would be this part right here, just for you. You brighten my day. Now you could add, you know, some gems to the front of this card to kind of, you know, spice it up, which I will probably do later. But tonight I wanted to show you our new Stampin' Up! Positioner, and I wanted to play with it too, and I thought it would be perfect opportunity to well, thank you, Dodie. I'm glad that you're glad to be here. Your positioner is coming tomorrow. Oh, woo. Let me know what you think of it. So this is one Valentine card. You saw how fast we created it, and we could make an additional 3 more right away. And you know, because of that Stampin' Up! Positioner, it just takes no time at all to make it. So again, I'm going to kind of wrap things up by thanking you all for joining me here tonight. I want to again wish our little 6-year-old grandson happy birthday. Today's his birthday. Happy 6th birthday. This is a semi that he drew with some retired markers of Stampin' Up! And like I told you earlier, I was trying to decorate the white piece of cardstock by using the scoring tool. So that's what he did here. We like to play class. And this is on pecan pie, and that is the inside of his card. So Barrett, beautiful, beautiful card. Thank you for letting Grandma use your beautiful artwork. So I'm going to wrap this up by wishing you all a great rest of your week, and remember to shop online for your paper products with Tweet Be Happy. We did just have a refresh of the last chance supplies, so check that out. I didn't even get a chance to look at that today, but remember the join special we have. that you will automatically get the Stampin' Up! Positioner in your kit for free, but the grid paper you do have to put into your cart. And I think you're gonna want that grid paper. It helps you with the lines when you're lining it up. If you take that grid paper off, it's basically just white. So there are some lines up here, but I tell you what, talk about making it so much easier to use. I think this grid paper is, I would highly recommend it anyway, if you were to get that. So continue. Remember, we have rewards for every order that you place. There's 10% that you earn that can be applied to future purchases. So it seems like I'm forgetting something. Remember the beautiful thank you that I will send for your $50 order. I will send it directly to your inbox from our Marvelous Lollies accountability group. You will get 3 projects, and one of the 3 projects will have a video to go with it, and then the other 2 will have PDFs. So anyway, as you journey through this week, remember to create 1 card at a time, and God bless. Good night.